You like scary movies? What's your favorite?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand spanking new episode. I didn't want to clap too loud in the video, in the audio, because it's an audio podcast that you're listening to either on iTunes, Podbean, or other audio services, or you're watching the video over there on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms. But my name is Ryan. This is PT3600. But joining me, like always, is
Ashton.
And in this video, what are we doing, Ashton? What is this video all about?
We are pitting horror movie icons against each other in a style battle here. Bracket system. We're kind of going to base off of a few things. Like icon kind of like means a lot of different things. Could be coolest, scariest, most like highest kill count. You know, there's a lot of shit goes into it. How brutal the killings are.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So it's a lot of things that we gotta keep in mind.
Yes.
It's not best killer. Again, it's best icon.
Yeah, the title of this bracket that we went on bracketfight.com to look at is horror movie icons. So we have to base around what we feel of a horror movie icon is, like how Ashton was just saying. So it's like the overall, how iconic is this character? So in the first matchup, we got Michael Myers and the Xenomorph. Now, I have both their wikis loaded up here. I don't know if you want me to go into depth of them, but based on those two, which one do you want to dissect first and then continue on? Do you want to talk about Michael Myers first?
Out. Hello.
Yes.
Okay, hello.
Oh, man.
It cut out for a minute.
Okay,
so Michael Myers and who?
Where did it drop off at?
I didn't hear you at all. So Michael Myers and who?
Oh, so our first matchup is Michael Myers versus the Xenomorph.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
These are all random. These were randomly put together. We did not create this bracket. It was already here. So that's how it's going on. So
that's an interesting matchup.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about Michael Myers first?
Sure. Yeah.
And then kind of describe why he's an icon, and then I guess compare and contrast to the Xenomorph.
Michael Myers, he's a normal dude, except for that he's insane. Wears a white mask. That's pretty much it. His weapon of choice is like a kitchen knife. But
actually,
more than other
according to his Wikipedia weapon, specifically, it's a chef knife.
Oh,
occupation,
sorry.
Mass murderer.
Well, I mean, for his kills, from what I've seen, I haven't seen like all the Halloween movies, but they're usually pretty quick. It can range from him like snapping someone's neck to like slitting their throat, stabbing them in the chest. He is pretty scary because he doesn't talk. And for some reason, he has like this most silent fucking footsteps ever. He's like an apex predator. Like he would stalks his prey and then he fucking kills it.
What's even interesting is the fact that he doesn't really have powers, but a lot of the meta and like fan theories say that he does, like he can teleport sort of things, because sometimes he just shows up. And he's very quick, tall, probably weighs at least like 260 like in height and mass, but he moves so swiftly that it's like that's what also makes him scary.
And it's not like he's fat or anything. He's just built.
Yeah, he's just a big dude.
Yeah, I think what like gets me is like he doesn't seem human when he's coming at you because he's got a face on. You can't see any sort of facial expressions or emotion or anything, and he doesn't make any sound at all. He makes like no sound. So it's just just looking at him is unsettling.
Yeah.
Just enough. It's God. If I were to choose someone to be killed by, I think he would definitely be on the list because I don't think he usually waits for people to turn around. He'll kill somebody if their back is turned. So
yeah, I mean,
it'll be a quick kill.
there's some that he lets linger a little bit longer. Also, he killed his family, right? That's kind of his whole
Yes.
premise of it.
Yeah, and
Um,
the latest movie, I believe he escaped from this prison, I guess, and then he went on the loose again. And I guess like the meta is that the mask has all the power, I guess, has all like the evil. Like the mask calls to him and he somehow finds the mask wherever it
mhm.
was. So it's like it has some sort of mystical power.
Now I'm looking here on Villains Wiki, and he has a couple known aliases. He has Michael Myers, obviously. The Shape, which he went by, I
Yes.
think in IMDb, he is listed as The Shape. He's not. Then there's Evil on Two Legs, the Boogeyman of the Midwest, the Nightmare Man, and Scary Man.
Damn.
So yeah, he does have power slash skills. Brute strength, high level intelligence, immortality, 4, 5, 6 timeline. Okay, so I guess there's a couple different timelines. Durability, endurance, presumed healing factor, stamina, stalking, tracking skills, stealth, evasion, and knivesmanship.
Yeah, dude. He's fucking insane.
They have a hobby listed for him: killing anyone who gets in his way of accomplishing his goals, stopping the peace in the town of Hobenfield, and wreaking havoc. I can look up more stuff from other people as we kind of go along here.
Okay.
Um,
And xenomorph. I mean, that thing is like, for the most part, I mean, that's gonna just kill you with its tail or eat you or something. That's
yeah.
pretty much it. It's not really
Well, they're a hive mind, and they have a few different creations of how they all like. Because I mean, we talked about them pretty extensively in movie combat. Josh and I did, and so going into these things, the xenomorph name actually doesn't kind of come around until I think like the second or third movie. So they just refer to them. There's like other aliases that they have. I cannot repeat these because they're like they're interesting. Um, but yeah, the xenomorph is weird. It's just very, I don't know. It's something about it. They die a lot, and so there are more the xenomorphs obviously than one Michael Myers character. But they
sure.
do bleed acid. That's a pretty good maneuver right there.
Yeah, and they also shoot it too. They'll
Yeah, they
spit it
do.
at you.
So I
Um,
guess it comes down to
I mean, like for me, it's Michael Myers is a no-brainer. Just because, like, when you think like iconic, yeah, out of like the whole Aliens saga, it's I don't know. For me, they're kind of weak. The thing that got me into Aliens was fucking the Predators. So I thought the Predators are more iconic than the Xenomorphs were.
uh-huh.
So that's just my opinion. But
Now the thing is, the xenomorphs they also have a couple different things. Like they have there's like the xenomorphs, the xenomorph drones, the xenomorph runner, queen, warrior, uh, empress, Tarkin xenomorphs, red xenomorphs, rogue, king xenomorphs, and Antarctic queen xenomorph, which I think is from AVP. So there's different variants of who they are. They always do get defeated though, so I'm on that verge here. Their homeworld is Xenomorph Prime. I don't know where that was said, but I guess they have hobby: killing either for food or capturing potential host to build an army slash populating their hive.
hmm, seems legit.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's
Now, I will
I
say
say
the
they're
whole title
less.
of this is horror movie icons.
I know, but like they're the reason I find that they're like less iconic
Mm-hmm.
is like look for example like the different ways that they end up like killing, and it's usually like quick kills.
Yes.
It's all quick kills, very similar to Michael Myers, but it's usually they're limited to eating, stabbing with the tail, or
So you're basing it off of creativity on kills?
I am for this specific one, yes, because
Okay.
to me xenomorphs aren't very iconic. Yes, they are for that series, but if you look at go to a Halloween store, for example, how many xenomorphs do you see at the Halloween store?
Very hard to recreate that. Yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give Michael Myers the vote too. So he moves on. Next one we have Chucky versus Reagan McNeil from The Exorcist. She's the little girl.
Oh, she's the little girl that gets possessed.
Yes. I believe that's her name. It says that they're referencing that. Anyway, she's a little girl from The Exorcist. That's what we're going with.
Now, I never
So,
saw the full movie of that.
I have not. I have not either, and I know that it's gonna be like, oh, I will say, majority of this we have seen most of these movies. It's just there's a
Yes.
couple characters that we're not too keen on, not based on we. It's just we haven't gotten around to them. Now Chucky, I've only seen one movie of him, and it's only because Christian recommended it, and it was Seed of Chucky. So
Ooh.
I've seen a terrible version of this character, but I know based on how he is, because isn't it the whole thing is like it's this doll that's been like
Well, it's
the
an evil, like,
spirit
possessed. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
so we're dealing with two possessions really right now, going head to
Yes,
head.
a demon and a mass murderer.
Yes, which I mean, technically, the mass murderer is definitely a demon. I mean, there's no other way to take over a host other than to be like a demon. So, really, I mean, they're both demons. One just used to be a serial killer on Earth. I believe that's the lore, right? It was a serial killer from around there that came back in came back in the Chucky doll.
So so also known as the Lakeshore Strangler is the titular main antagonist. His name is Charles Lee Chucky Ray. Chucky is his nickname. He's the antagonist. He is Tiffany's husband. Oh, obviously, because that's the bride of Chucky. Arch nemesis. Yeah, that's funny. So his full name is Charles Lee Ray.
Okay, so he came back from hell and possessed this doll so he could keep killing, basically.
He's known as Chucky, the Killer Doll, the Lakeshore Strangler, Friend to the End, Ugly Doll, Good Guy, Honey Pie, Little Bastard, Scary Doll, Doll Baby, Full Mouth Little Fucker, or Foul Mouth Little Fucker, Rude Fucking Doll, Dad by Glenn, and Daddy by Glenda Ray.
Oh my god. And
His hobby is killing people using very violent, sadistic, and bloodthirsty ways, using horrible profanities in his speech.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah, he's always swearing. I think doesn't he like he was in a factory at some point and got someone all jammed up in like some gears or something?
Not sure.
There was a factory accident. No, I think they fell in like a vat or something. I don't remember. But you guys can correct us down in the comments. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like he uses his environment a lot. Not only that, he's fucking swearing at everyone at the same time. And a lot of times, like, you don't suspect it because it's a doll. You don't even think about like a doll trying to come after you and kill you. The most iconic weapon for him that you see on like most of the posters and stuff is again a knife. I don't know. I feel like he uses his environment a lot because he has the mind of a serial killer. And he'll just grab anything that he can to get the job done. Now, I believe he gets like his ass beat on a couple occasions, but doesn't fully die because I mean the doll will just. I mean, you can beat a doll, but you gotta like burn it. I believe you gotta burn him to kill him.
His power and abilities is voodoo. I guess I didn't read that for Xenomorph, but because I'm going from the fandom wiki and the what do you call it? The regular Wikipedia character. So the actual character that is the evil demon that's inside the little girl of Reagan McNeil, his name is Pazuzu, I think is his name.
Pazuzu.
I could be terribly ruining that name because I have not seen The Exorcist. And they say he's the main antagonist because I searched her name and then this guy popped up. His full name is that, so that's apparently his demon name. Aliases also is Satan, Captain Howdy by Reagan, the Master, the Devil, and the Salesman. Let's see here. His goals is to commit omnicide and biocide, extort to have sex with as many human males as possible, all failed, and possesses Reagan McNeil, and it says succeeded. So yeah, that's a thing. His occupation is demon. So there you go.
Now, does she end up killing everybody?
No, because she gets exercised. That's the kind of the thing.
Does she kill anybody?
I don't really know, because like, to me, I'm on Chucky's side here. I'm willing to move him along just based on the fact that he has been iconicized. I know how the Exorcist has continued on. Well, they've made more movies off that, and then also a TV show off that. But Chucky,
here's the thing though, like Exorcist, most people use it as like a theme and not so much
it did
like
start
remember for the character.
Yeah, it started a whole craze of movies like that though.
Yeah. Whereas Chucky, the theme is just Chucky.
Yes.
He's the iconic one dude always coming back.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be Chucky.
Okay. We're moving Chucky along here. Ghostface versus Freddy Krueger. This is a pretty top tier. This is a pretty top tier.
That's pretty good. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, if we're talking about who's going to win a fight, it's definitely going to be Freddy Krueger, but that's not what this is about. It's not what this is about.
Yes. I think. Okay, go ahead.
Oh man, there's so much. I don't know. I think for me, I'm gonna go with Ghostface not only because of Scream, but also he was in a Scary Movie. Yes. I mean, just like you were able to see like the spoof version of him, which is like him getting like super high and also like rapping and doing prank phone calls, and like all of the like killing scenes in the Scream movies are like
yeah.
He's not even really all that good at it. He just like wrestles somebody around in their house, knocks over a bunch of shit, so there's like proof that he's there to begin with.
So the thing about this is you've never seen the movies all the way through. Now I have seen some of these movies, and the thing about it is part of the reason why I cannot tell you all the full names, because it's a different person almost every single movie. So, and even the TV show. But his aliases are Ghostface, Father of Death, the Woodsboro Killer, Icon of Halloween, that's a pretty good one, the Ghost, and the Ghostface. His hobby is killing people and evading authorities. Yes. Occupation, serial killer. So
it's basically it's a series of copycats.
But the thing is you're right. The thing is, Ghostface, I don't know. This is a tough one because we'll talk about Freddy in a second. But when you see him, you immediately know. You may not know his name. You know who he is.
Yes.
Now, Freddy Krueger, though. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, also with Ghostface, he also plays with his food. He calls them, fucks with their heads a little bit, get them all scared and fucked up, and then goes in for the kill. That's some sadistic shit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, and then Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger, man. Also in Freddy vs. Jason, which is amazing. Great.
Yeah, this is the one character that actually went off. Well, Chucky as well, I guess. But one of the characters in this that actually went off and did sort of a funnier version of that character, with still having the same actor that played Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, man.
Aliases are Freddy Krueger, Fred Krueger, Springwood Slasher, Bastard Son of 100 Maniacs, Son of 100 Maniacs, Dream Master, Super Freddy, The Nightmare, and Nightmare on Elm Street. Occupation, power plant technician, formerly, serial killer, Dream Master, formerly, and Dream Demon. Hobby includes killing people, evading and warping the dreams of the living.
Dude, so Freddy Krueger, man. Like, let's get into it here. This dude fucking makes it to where if you fall asleep, you're basically in his fucking world and he's gonna kill you.
That's
Like
very
he's
true.
invincible in the dream world.
Yep.
So all he has to do is wait for you to fall asleep. And like all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, the kids are basically once they know what's going on, the legend tells them that they have to never fall asleep. So they're up for like ever.
Yeah, his victims cannot escape him because eventually they will fall asleep. That is a really good power. That's a really good power.
It is. It is.
And the thing is this dude literally, I mean, we could have easily argued that with the demon from The Exorcist, but like Freddy Krueger, everyone knows that bladed worker glove. Like that is an icon. It's so terrible that these guys have to go against each other right away because it's like this is like a championship battle right here, which is crazy that we're getting it in the first round.
I mean, they're both slashers too.
They are both slashers because Ghostface is his thing. His weapon of choice is a buck knife. So, but it's like these two characters you know so well based on just the weapon alone, or well, you know Freddy based on his weapon, and you know Ghostface based on his mask.
Yeah,
man.
But you also know Freddy because of the dream world too. And going up against Jason, who's another top notch.
Yeah, he'll come in later. But I don't know.
It's a tough one because, I mean, if you look at some of the ways that they get killed, I mean, Freddy Krueger is a lot more creative. For being honest.
Freddy Krueger's more creative. That's true because he warps into the dream. Now, again, this has nothing to do with how good the movies are, because I would think that Scream was definitely Well, it would be a fight for Friday the 13th, the first Friday the 13th. I've seen more Friday the 13th movies than I've seen Scream, though.
No, you mean Nightmare on Elm Street?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. I don't know. This is a little more towards Freddy, though. Just because,
I am too. Just because, like, a lot of people don't even know Ghostface's name too. Okay, Freddy's going up. Oh my god.
We are moving on to what I like to call our East Coast bracket. We are now on the east side of the bracket. That was our West Coast developer bracket. Now we're in still first round on our East Coast side. We have Leprechaun versus Leatherface.
Leprechaun, like
Leprechaun, otherwise known as Lubden, I guess is his name.
Oh my god.
So
versus who?
Leatherface.
Leatherface.
I'm willing just to let Leprechaun die on this hill, right?
Yeah,
move Leatherface over.
You can, dude. This Leatherface will just come up to him, fucking take his whole face and glue it onto his. It'd be perfect.
Now I think Leprechaun has supernatural powers, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Leatherface is better of an icon.
Yeah, dude. You know, fucking Leatherface. Like, since you haven't seen the movie, there's like in the original movie, there's a point where it like takes a chainsaw, like fucking saws off someone's legs, and then puts them in a tub full of salt, so it like stops the bleeding, but it also stings a shit ton, and then hangs them up on a meat hook.
Jeez.
And then when he kills people, he skins their face and then takes it and puts it on his face. 100% gonna be Leatherface.
Looking up. Here we go. Leatherface. Full name: Bubba Sawyer. In the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 timeline, Junior Sawyer in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 timeline, and Leather Sawyer, the Next Generation, and Jediah Sawyer in the TC3D timeline, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Aliases known as Leatherface, Jed Sawyer, Jackson, the Cannibal, Bubba, Junior, and Leather. So let's see here. His hobbies include killing people for meat and eating them with his family. So yeah, occupation: butcher and serial killer.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, so there's that going for himself. He's got other hobbies.
So you have a pretty good quality meat, you think?
I don't know. Apparently human tastes like pig. So, but I think for the sake of the fact that I think iconically Leatherface is more of an icon than Leprechaun is. Even though there are a lot of movies of Leprechaun. Most people forget that even Jennifer Aniston was in her first movie in the first Leprechaun movie. And I think for that, we're
really?
moving on. Yeah, she's the main girl. She's the main gal in that whole movie. We're moving on.
Oh my God.
Next competitors, we have Jigsaw versus Jaws.
Jigsaw. Jaws doesn't even belong on this list.
Movie icon. He's a horror movie icon.
Dude, it's more of a thriller than it is a horror.
Let me see here. I want to see
shark
Wikipedia.
eating people because it's hungry.
Yeah, that's true. It's a big shark. Yeah, shark.
that's a gigantic
People go
shark.
into water. None
Dude.
go out to water.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I think.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
Well, the other thing is Jigsaw makes it through the whole franchise except for the last movie. But like,
Yeah, and think how creative. All his shit is puzzles.
yeah, Jaws is definitely he's literally an animal, so it's like he's a big fish. So I would definitely move on Jigsaw just based on the fact of that literally that shark dies. So like I'm willing to move on Jigsaw as more of an icon. I'll read some of their facts in a second when we go into the next stuff. Next one that we have is Samara Morgan. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Versus Norman Bates. Norman Bates is the killer in the movie Psycho. And Samara Morgan is the girl from The Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's pretty iconic, her crawling out of that damn TV.
Yeah, that is.
Norman
that was,
Bates.
that totally encapsulated the 2000s.
Yeah. And Norman
Damn.
Bates is mainly the Bates Hotel is what people know him
Yeah.
as.
That's true. Where he's basically a teenager in Bates Motel and accidentally he blacks out and kills people, basically. I mean, that's the gist of it, at least in the show.
Yeah. Well, in Psycho, he's a little bit older.
Yeah, I don't think I saw Psycho. I've seen American Psycho, which is
Yeah. No, this is Albert Hitchcock movies. Psycho.
yeah.
Definitely an iconic character. But I think
Yes.
basing this off of have they stood the test of time to getting past that? Because I mean, The Ring is still everyone kind of still knows.
Everybody
The Ring.
still knows The Ring, yeah, and that's the thing too. Is the other thing is that both of these people are kind of in a way misunderstood because even the girl from The Ring, she's in this well. She got pushed down this well and was killed that way, and the only way that they got her to stop killing people was to basically go down in the well and hold her and tell her everything's gonna be okay, basically, and she doesn't need to kill anybody anymore. I don't know if they ended up burning the remains or I don't remember how that ended, but you'd put in this tape. It was like a VHS tape, and you put it in and you watch it. But as soon as you saw a fly go onto the TV, it knows that you watched it. And
Well, you
then
get a
have,
phone call, and then he says
Yeah.
you're gonna die in 7 days,
Yes.
which was a pretty iconic thing that a lot of people made fun of you're gonna die in 7 days and whatnot.
Yeah.
Norman Bates, definitely an iconic killer. You don't even know he's the killer until the very end of that movie. So it's I don't know. I think he's very I'm gonna move on Samara Morgan or AKA the Ring gal. The next one is Pennywise versus Sam from Trick or Treat. Now, you have just been acquainted to Sam. His alias is Sammy, Ghost of Halloween, and the Great Autumn Spirit. Occupation, Halloween demon, mass murderer, and collector of souls. Hobby is killing people who break the rules of Halloween, celebrating. And, okay, so killing people who break the rules of Halloween and also celebrating Halloween. That's his. Those are his hobbies.
So just anything Halloween. Anything
Yeah,
at
he's
all.
very, very into that type of the, yeah.
Cool, cool. He also looks gross. Like he has this like burlap sack over his head. He takes it
Come
off.
on, that's a really. I like the way he looks. I
He
even like
looks
his
like
like
a
unmasked
fucking
form.
pumpkin with caved in eyeballs.
That's the point. He's supposed to be the
Um,
jack-o'-lantern.
yeah. Now he looks like you definitely remember seeing him if
Oh
you've ever
yeah.
seen him before. I had never seen him. I will never forget after seeing him. Right before this podcast, where you showed me a picture of it. Jesus fucking Christ! What the fuck is that?
What?
The Trick or Treat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the movie he's from. So I don't know. Like I didn't even know. I knew like that movie existed. Like that movie sounded familiar. I just didn't remember. I didn't ever watch it. So for me, I can't call it iconic. Whereas like now, the big horror movie that's like around this time right now is It, which is what Pennywise is in. So he's a killer clown that's kind of goes interdimensional, wakes up every like what was it, 10 years, 15 years, something like that. I think it's like closer to 15 years. Could be
Jesus criminy. There's like a drawing of him in the from
Yeah.
the novel that's on here. Oh my god.
Basically, he eats kids.
Yep. So his full name is unknown. Because the thing is
He's like centuries old.
possibly nameless. His aliases are It, sometimes spelled IT, capital IT, I guess. Pennywise, the Dancing Clown, the Clown, Robert Gray, also Bob Gray, Georgie Denbrough, the Wolfman, the Mummy, the Spider, the Giant Spider, the Devil, the Leper, Flute Lady, Lilith, Judith, Headless Boy, it just goes on. There's a lot. Occupation, Cosmic Spirit of Consumption, Serial Killer, and Clown. That's his facade.
Yeah.
Hobby is terrifying, killing, and devouring children, showing the dead lights to its victims and making them float, quote unquote, playing tricks on his victims, exacting revenge, playing mind games with its enemies and scaring its enemies and victims for life. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think for me, like the most iconic scene that I remember from that movie, I haven't seen the second one.
From the
first one, yeah,
not the
remake.
TV series or anything.
Yeah, I didn't see the TV series, so I can't speak on that. But like when they're down in the basement and he sees Georgie sitting in like the waist high water, just the flooded basement. You just search like because that Georgie's dead at this point.
Yeah,
and he just like he turns into it because it's it doing it. Like turns into fucking Pennywise, and then he just rushes through the water really fast.
Yeah, that is definitely pretty horrifying.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give this to
it's
Pennywise just because not very many people know who Sam is. So
Yeah.
I think people
He's funny.
know.
You guys should look him up. You guys should look him up.
If you see him, you know him, but I don't think you know him based on just being sad. So we're moving on. Let's see here. So we have officially cracked our first round. All right. So to recap, Michael Myers moves on. Chucky moved on. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface moved on. Jigsaw moved on. Freddy moved on. I just realized Jason's not even in this shit. Pennywise moved on. The Ring moved on, and The Grudge moved on, and that's who moved on. So now we're going on to our round 2. It is Michael Myers versus Chucky.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, shit. That's gonna be tough because both of them are very like iconic. Oh Jesus. I don't know. I don't even know who. Because they both. God damn it. Well, one's basically a spirit. The other one is just like this immortal being.
But I mean, both of them were serial killers. These are our battle of our serial killers right here.
Yeah.
because Chucky was a serial killer as the spirit. That's what makes him so horrifying, is
Well,
that
yeah.
he's this thing. Yeah, I don't know, because a lot of people know who Michael Myers is,
Yeah.
and Chucky. I think a lot of people know who Chucky is. He just got a remake of a movie. There's talks of him getting a TV series. Michael Myers has not really had that, but he did get revived as of late with this latest movie that came out a couple years ago.
Hmm.
So, and it's really interesting because Universal iconicizes both of these characters, because they actually did a whole they've used both of them in Hollywood Horror Nights. So we know that they're iconic characters. My vote, though, is Michael Myers.
Mine too, just because like a lot of people don't like Chucky because it is kind of cheesy.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
mean,
like
there's definitely better movies of Halloween than there are of Chucky, in my opinion.
they just stand the test of time a little better. And
Yeah.
like Chucky, I don't know, they're both iconic, but I mean Michael Myers definitely, and Michael Myers would also probably win in a fight too. I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah, because he won't give up. All right, we got to kind of move this one along. So we got Freddy versus The Grudge. I'm willing to move on
Ooh.
Freddy.
I don't even remember how you killed the Grudge.
I don't either, because I've never really seen it. But I know that Freddy is more iconic than The Grudge. That Nightmare on Elm Street is more iconic.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right, we're moving on because of that. We got Leatherface versus Jigsaw.
Oh.
Now, my fan favorite of this situation is gonna be Jigsaw. I prefer the Saw movies. I think that there's a lot more of them. Some of them are not as good as but I think this kind of started a series of this torture porn sort of franchise that really made it with a good story that connects all of these movies together. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's been rebooted so many different times. There, like when I was reading the stats, there's like 6 different timelines to that damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, I don't know, yeah, if you were to look at both of them, take, like, for example, if you were to take a kid, like, who's 12 years old today, do you think he's gonna know who Leatherface is or who Jig?
Well, it's also that clown. The clown, the little like puppet thing.
Yeah,
you know
right. That's what
that
that's
more
what I'm talking
than
about.
Leatherface. Yeah, it would. Yeah.
So it's gonna be Jigsaw. Do you have a favorite death scene from Jigsaw?
Memorable
one.
The ending of the first one is my favorite.
Which was what?
But
I don't.
Well, I don't want to spoil the ending. If
Dude, it's
true. That's true. The best part is when the guy chops his leg off and he's crawling out and he's like, I'll be back for you, and he leaves, and then everything gets revealed that Jigsaw's been there the whole time. He's the one that's been killing. It literally has the best movie ending of horror movies, of one of my favorite horror movie endings of all time. And he looks to the guy and he's like, the key that you're looking to that lock is in that bathtub. And then it flashbacks to when that goes right down the drain. And he's like, game over. And he slams it. And then the music is like, dun dun dun, dun 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 dun. It's just so good. It's just so good.
Jesus. I think it's the one I remember most is that dude who was, I don't know what he did, because all the people that they kill are like bad people, basically.
Yes. Yeah. Or they have an addiction, or they're somehow a terrible person.
So there's something with this dude, and he's like strapped down, and he's basically underneath like this car that's kind of tipped back, and he has to like break his fingers or like cut his fingers off that are like holding him down to get out of the way of the car, and he couldn't make it through, and the gas is going, and the car slowly goes down, and the wheel just gets onto his head and just fucking. Oh, dude, it's like hitting a watermelon with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Gross.
All right, let's move on to our last one of the second round. Is the girl from The Ring or Pennywise?
Pennywise.
I think now it would be Pennywise because of the remakes.
Yeah.
The Ring tried to come back with their one, but I think Pennywise.
It's more iconic because, like, you see, The Ring is just a tiny Asian girl with long black hair.
She's white.
Is she white? I thought it was.
No, the
She
one
was
from The
Asian.
Ring is Asian. She's Japanese. The girl from from The Ring is white. Yeah. They're
Oh,
very easy to mix up. They're very
yes.
easy to mix
They
up.
they
A lot
look
of people
very
will
similar.
assume either are, and because of that, I think we're moving on Pennywise.
Yeah.
We are in our semifinals, and our semifinals on the west side is Michael Myers versus Freddy Krueger, and on the
Oh.
east side we have Jigsaw versus Pennywise. Let's get down to it. We're running close to time, but I think we got enough time to get this down. Michael Myers versus Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. Interesting.
Yeah.
There's
I
been
mean,
a
he's
lot more
iconic.
famous people. Well, no, that's a lie too. That's a lie too. Because there's a lot of famous people in Michael Myers in Halloween. The other thing, well, yeah. See,
But you're
both of
talking
these characters.
We're talking about the characters, though. We're not talking about the movies.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to get the overall here. I'm trying to. Wes Craven did create, Freddy Krueger as well, while John Carpenter made Michael Myers. So we got two pretty good monster creators here.
Okay, so did Michael Myers have any crossovers with any other monsters?
Crossovers?
Yes.
Well, he crossed over with Jason in the comics.
Yeah, well, not everybody reads comics.
Yeah.
Whereas Freddy Krueger did with Jason.
So he has one video game. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 albums that came out based around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 Halloween movies. While Freddy for Nightmare on Elm Street, they don't have that broken out for him, which is yeah, that's really a bummer. Oh, maybe if I search okay, that's interesting. Oh god, please don't play an advertisement. Okay, good.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really fuck with Freddy because Freddy Krueger was a child molester. So I'm not really like into the fact that this character is
iconic. They're all bad. They're all bad.
I know, but I mean, Michael didn't really diddle anybody. Like,
oh my!
He
God.
did kill his family. I'll give him that. I'll give him some points on that one. But I mean, I think
if you were to talk about like, I don't know, man. This one's really tough because there's also a game mode named after Michael Myers, which is Michael Myers like you play in like Call of Duty or Halo.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's really hard.
Both these characters have been made fun of in pop culture. There's so much lore to them.
God damn it.
I don't know, man. I'll give it to Freddy. I'm willing to secede to Freddy. Are you wanting Freddy to move on?
Freddy, I think, has got to move on.
Okay, Freddy moves on. We got Jigsaw versus Pennywise. This is interesting. They're both very creative. Jigsaw definitely has more of the.
Well, he's got more of the creative side, and
yeah,
he chooses. He's more picky about who he takes. He's always taking bad people, and he always has like these. You always know when you're watching it if you were to go to like a scene where someone is about to die, you'd easily be able to tell the distinct differences between like if Pennywise was killing someone and if Jigsaw was killing somebody. Whereas like Jigsaw has all these elaborate things where they might have a chance to get out, maybe. Whereas like Pennywise, you don't really see anybody get killed on screen.
Yeah, I will say, when it comes to kill count, Jigsaw, I think may have. Well, that's also we don't know. We don't know because
Pennywise is centuries old.
Yeah.
So Pennywise probably has him on kill count.
That's probably true. He is a being. He's like a mythical being. But how iconic are both of them?
I would say that Jigsaw is more iconic. He even still holds up today. And
yeah,
I mean, he hasn't been touched since the early 2000s, I believe. I don't think he was in the 2010s, was he?
Well, they did do it. They continued the series. I think. Let's see here. Did they break it down in Wikipedia? They did. All right, so we got Saw, Saw 2, Saw 3, Saw 4, Saw 5, Saw 6, Saw 3D, which is technically 7. Then Jigsaw, and I guess there's an up-and-coming called the Orange Donor, or Organ Donor. The Organ Donor, which is something that's going to happen later on. But we've gotten all the way up to Jigsaw. So we have technically 8 movies. 6, 7, 8, yeah. I haven't seen Jigsaw, but I've seen all the other ones. And there were 2 video games that came out of Saw as well. This just transcended so many different genre, like it created this genre, and I just think I don't know. I'm also very biased. I'm also very biased, so you know
he's just more iconic. I mean, I didn't watch hardly. I think I've watched parts of the Saw movies. I don't think I've seen a full one. I might have seen one full one.
I will say
ends
Pennywise
by dying on spikes or some shit.
Yeah, the Pennywise definitely goes more generations because a lot like more older adults know Pennywise, and obviously now a newer generation knows Pennywise. Jigsaw kind of was just that early aughts to early 2010s.
Sure.
So yeah, I don't know. So are we moving Jigsaw on?
I'm going Jigsaw. He's definitely more iconic. He started the whole genre. Man.
There we go. It's gonna move on. Now, our final, duking it out, Freddy Krueger versus Jigsaw is who we've continued on. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Now, here's the thing about also Jigsaw. The actor that plays Jigsaw, John Kramer character, is played by Tobin Bell. If you look at that dude, you don't see nobody else other than Jigsaw. Like he's in Goodfellas. There's like he's like an extra person in Goodfellas. You see him in that movie, you think it's Jigsaw. You're like, that's a bad guy right there. No, he's a cop. He's not even like a bad guy in that movie. So I don't know. That's how. Now again, Wes Craven created Freddy Krueger.
Well, here's my thing. When you think you're gonna go, like, if you guys sit down, like, yo, let's watch a Halloween movie.
Yeah, I would probably throw Nightmare on Elm Street on.
Yeah, Friday. Not Friday.
Or sorry, Friday the 13th. I always
Freddy Krueger.
Yes, Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what I said. I had it right.
Yes, you did have it right. So Freddy Krueger to me, like, if you're going for that horror film, which typically most people don't watch horror films until October.
Yeah.
Because it's around Halloween. And when you think Halloween, you don't think really Jigsaw because it's not.
Well, you'll have less of an audience that is willing to watch.
Yeah, it's more gruesome. Movie. Like, more people know Freddy Krueger movies than they do like Jigsaw. I feel just because like the squeamish aspect, because a lot of that shit is so fucking brutal that some people can't even watch it. Some people refuse to watch those movies because that is so very true. Fucking gross.
You know what? You sold me out. You sold me on it. I think because of that reason, if we were all getting a group together to watch a Halloween type movie, his iconic character is enough to be portrayed in a way that you're still scared, but he's also an enjoyable character and he's known. If you mention Jigsaw, people that know who that is immediately know that movie is going to be something that's not their cup of tea. So I think with the fact that Freddy Krueger is able to be portrayed in a way that's still a monster, it's still an icon, and still be enjoyed by a lot of people, a lot more percentage of people than the Saw movies, I think we're going to say, go ahead, Ashton, who is our winner?
Freddy motherfucking Krueger.
That is true. Freddy Krueger is our official horror movie icon.
On this
list.
What he
is. On this list. Now, Jason was not a part of this. Some other very iconic characters were not a part of this as well. But this one was definitely the most majority of who I would have probably took Jaws off here, put Jason on here.
Yeah, we probably
But
should.
if that would have happened, it would have been Jigsaw versus Jason, and that would have been like knocking out. Again, there were some really good contestants we knocked out in that first round. Ghostface got knocked out in the first round. Who else? Norman Bates got knocked out in the first round. Yeah, there's just Chucky got knocked out in the second round, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or Leatherface got knocked out in the second round. So there is definitely some really good characters that are involved in this whole entire endeavor. But when it comes down to it, I guess Freddy really is the top horror icon.
No, yeah, he really is. Like, you think Halloween, he's definitely one of the first, killers you think of.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it's like you also think in Nightmare on Elm Street, there's quite the first one's really good, and actually Johnny Depp makes his first appearance. I think that's his first appearance in anything, in any movie or TV show, because I don't think he did 21 Jump Street yet. So this is definitely he's in the movie. I don't even know if he's credited in the movie, which is interesting too, because he lasts pretty good amount of time. But yeah, the first movie's really good. The remake was actually even pretty good too, even though some of it was a little carbon copy. But I think that they kind of twisted it up a little bit and make it entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody in this bracket that you wish that was in here other than, I guess, Jason?
I mean, Headless Horseman would have been a good one.
See, that would be more novelized, because I guess there is Sleepy Hollow, the
Johnny Depp one.
Johnny Depp in that. That one's really good. That's a really good movie. Yeah, Christopher Walken is playing the Headless Horseman in that movie. Yeah, what else? These are definitely the icon. Well, Predator. If the Xenomorph is getting in here, it's
yeah, I would have replaced Xenomorph with Predator if I were to.
I don't know. He's not very much of a. I mean, he's an icon, but I don't know if he's a horror movie. Because the thing is, the Xenomorphs, there are horror movies that the Xenomorph is in. Predator is mainly a monster flick, and that he probably would have did better in that one. Even the Xenomorphs would have been better in that one.
True.
But
did you know he was also in a Tony Hawk game?
Predator?
Yep.
You know what? I think I do remember that. Or was he in Skate? Or he might have been in Tony Hawk.
He was in Tony Hawk.
Yeah. Was that
and they're making
Underground?
a game for Predator, remember?
Yeah, there is a Predator game coming.
Ilphonic from Tacoma. Represent.
Yeah. There's and we also did, we played that at PAX last year. But the thing with all of these characters, I guess you never really think how iconic these characters are, even though they're a part of a genre that only certain people know. But I'm actually very happy to see that these newer characters, there's new characters that were only introduced in the 2000s that are on this list of iconic characters.
Yeah. New and old.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm trying to wrap things up here. We kind of finished with a little bit of time to spare, but I think we're gonna wrap things up. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to watch more, make sure you hit that subscribe button, whichever you are listening to this or watching on this. If you're listening to if you're watching the VOD of this, it's over there on YouTube. You can hit subscribe, tap the bell button, get notified when videos get uploaded. If you're listening on the audio version of this, you are listening either on iTunes, Podbean, or some other service. Wherever it is, make sure you hit that rate button and subscribe if you have not. If you're just testing out the waters over here, we got a lot of stuff. It's all one RSS feed. It's all broken out so you guys know what's you are listening to. There's Bitcade, our video game podcast. There is PT3600, which is what you're listening to right now, with one topic, 1 hour. That's how it works. And then there is Movie Combat, where we talk specifically about movies. Season 1 being about the Alien versus Predator franchise, not versus, but that movie is involved. Movies. So go check those all out. Ashton, where can we find you at, though? You have a little special something you do for Primal Target.
Yeah, you can check us out on mixer.com/primaltarget. We stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday most weeks, around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time until pretty late. So if you are a night owl and you got nothing to fucking do, come hang out with us. Just do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And sometimes we even play with you. So if you like, if you need another person to play Apex Legends, Ashton's your guy. So go over there and check it out.
Yeah, I'm real good at that game.
Yeah, he is very good at that game.
You can also find me on Twitter at sticky_ash. And that's it. And make sure to check out our Instagram too, because we do little clips and stuff for our YouTube videos that go up for like gameplay stuff. So that's your good stuff.
You can follow me at Ryan A. Moore on Twitter, Instagram, and pretty much anything else. Mainly on Instagram. That's where I usually post stuff. Oh, man, that was a big... I tried not to burp in the microphone. I think I probably did. But anyway, there is a lot of PT3600. So please go listen to those. Tell us what you like. And also, in the comment section below, which horror icon would you have voted and put through? Because there was a lot. And yeah, I hopefully I've edited out all of the ad interruptions that happened when I was on that one website. But anyway, they had some pretty cool trivia. So anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh, yeah.